everyone. Today I'm going to do a review video on Juju cups, and I had mentioned in my previous video that because there were certain more requirements from a number of people that they wanted more variety in menstrual cups, they wanted harder cups, and so I was exploring a few more brands, and especially for those who wanted a harder silicone cup with more capacity, I decided to explore Juju cups. And so I have received all four sizes from them. They sent me a mail, and I'll quickly show you the four sizes. This one I have is model 4, which is for low cervix, and it still has a capacity of 23 ml. Then I have the model 3. This is recommended for women with high cervix, and the diameter is 40 mm. Next I have is model 1. This is recommended for young girls and who've not given birth vaginally, and it is also suitable for medium cervix, I think. And then I have the model 2, which is recommended for women who've given a vaginal birth. Since I also have a medium low-ish cervix, I was quite excited to try their low cervix cup, because until now I've only had a chance to use Miluna Shorty cups, and the problem there is that they have quite less capacity, and a lot of women wanted a cup that small but with higher capacity. Also, that's a TPE cup. A lot of women prefer silicone over TPE. So I was quite excited to try their model 4, which is the low cervix cup. This is the pouch that comes inside the box, and so the diameter of the model 4 is 48 mm, and the length including stem is 50 mm, which I absolutely loved, because I usually end up chopping the stems of all my cups. I mainly use Miluna or Moon cup, and the lengths of these cups is 50 mm after cutting the stem. So I have cut the stem of both my cups. However, with the Juju model 4 low cervix, I was able to retain the stem and still use it very comfortably. So this is what it looks like, the model 4 of Juju cup, if you can see it clearly. They have this flowery pattern which acts like a grip, and it's actually quite good. Initially I was confused if it's going to work very well or not, because most of the cups that I have used, in fact I think all of them have just round circles as a grip line, and that has always worked for me. So I was a little confused about this pattern, and however when I used it, it was quite comfortable. It gave a very good grip while removing the cup. Also, because the shape of this cup is quite different from the others, because it's very small and very broad, I again thought that it might be difficult to remove. It's even mentioned on their website that people who are not used to using cups might find it difficult to remove this cup. Again, I am a user of menstrual cups since over 10-11 years, so I did not find it difficult to remove at all. But I can still give those tips that why a new user might find it difficult is because it's very broad. So the easy way is to, get a good grip and then just fold with your finger and then take it out. And since it's recommended for people with low cervix, I'm guessing it will never really move that deep in anyways for you. So it's not that difficult to remove. And yes, the stem also, you can see here, it's a very tiny stem, and it's a solid stem with a little ball at the bottom. So I think it was just the perfect shape of a stem, very comfortable. It did not poke me at all, because some of the other cups, when the stem is like a hollow tube, in case of say Moon cup also, that can poke you a little bit, and then women end up cutting the entire stem. So this shape of the stem was absolutely comfortable. I also tried their model 1 cup, which is 40 mm in diameter and 65 mm in length along the stem. So I did use it with stem for a few hours, and I did not find it comfortable, because the stem was not completely inside, since I have a medium-ish cervix. And then I did take it out and I chop off the entire stem. So this is what it is after I had cut the stem. You can get an idea from this photograph The stem was quite long, and you can choose to, cut it at different stages. I had to cut the entire stem because it was definitely very long for my cervix. And after removing the stem, this was again very comfortable for me. I always prefer firmer cups because I've always been quite active in sports, and I have always used. My first cup that I started using was Moon Cup, which was in, I think, 2006. And since then I've been using Moon Cup. Is one of the hard cups, and since then I've been using it. So my body is definitely used to a hard cup. Soft cups have never worked for me, they always leak. So I was very happy with the firmness of this cup. It's quite similar to the firmness of Moon Cup. And this shape and size also worked very well for me, since this is slightly longer and narrower as compared to the Model 4 that I had tried. This was comparatively easier to remove. However, since I am so experienced, I don't find it difficult to remove. Both of them were great for me. This obviously had a little less capacity as compared to this one. So, but however, my experience with both of them was great. I absolutely love the shape of the rim. The other positive over, I'd say, Moon Cup, what I preferred over here is the shape of the rim, because Moon Cup rim is quite prominent. And although I have not personally faced any problem with the rim of the Moon Cup, I've had a few women, especially who have sensitive bladders, have said that once they wear Moon Cup, they can feel the rim. It's very big, and also when they are trying to remove it, since the rim is so big, the suction is very strong, and they sometimes struggle to remove it easily. So that was a plus point of Juju Cup over Moon Cup, is that the shape of their rims. It's a very slight curve, and then there is a step over here, and then the cup goes. So you can see it carefully. The rim is also designed very nicely. I will also show you the other two models of Juju Cup, which I did not even get a chance to try, and I didn't want to because they are a little big for my cervix. This came in this green pouch, the Model 3. Diameter is the diameter is 40 mm, and the total length is 78 mm, so it's great for women with high or very high cervix, which is obviously including the stem, and you can see this image. So the total length is 78 mm with the stem, and again you have the option to chop the stem off at 3 different points if you need to cut it. So look, this is what it looks like. It's a very narrow and tall cup. This reminds me of V cup. So let's take a quick look for women who are using V cup as well. So the shapes are quite similar, and but the diameter of this one is 40 mm, and the diameter of V cup is, I think, 43 or 44 mm, so slight difference there. And lengths are quite similar. It's just that this one is even longer because of the long stem. And again, the shape of the stem, because it's solid and it's got very nice curves, so when you keep it on, it doesn't poke you at all. And the last cup that I have from Juju Cup is their Model 2, which is 46 mm in diameter. The length of Model 2 including stem is 69 mm, and you can see this diagram here. Another thing that I'd quickly like to mention is the air holes. I thought the size of these air holes was also pretty decent. So they are not very big that your cup would start leaking through the air holes, and they are not too small that it will become impossible to clean them. They were very easy to clean. I didn't have to do much. I just had to run it under water, and the blood from the air holes came out quite easily. There was no clots or anything stuck inside it. You can see I've placed the cups on a darker background for you to compare different sizes. So the low cervix is on the top left corner, and the longer cups are at the bottom. You can take a closer look as well at the stem and the grips, how they work. So like I mentioned, the stem is quite rounded everywhere, so it's very comfortable once you wear it. And this is the stem that I had chopped, so you just need to cut it with scissors, and I did file it a little bit, smoothened out the edges with the scissors itself, and then I used a nail buffer to just make it smooth, and I didn't face any problems at all.